bad pitcher.
She is a bad pitcher.
The first
three balls.
No, the first few were really bad, but you know, the second few, I think
I know
if
you're
the
trying to
catcher
help
just kind of
Tommy out.
reaches for it, he can get it, right?
You are the biggest fan of Tommy.
She is no 신수지, right?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Tommy, for that. And moving on to another subject, last May, excuse me, the first Korean utility helicopter, the Suryeon, was deployed for combat, making Korea the 11th country to have indigenous helicopter technology. And joining us today is Lee Tae-ho. Good morning to talk more about Korea's defense advances.
You know what? You're absolutely correct. And now this is really significant because in the past, Korea relied on importing military technology from foreign countries. But now with this progress in technology, Korea has become much more self-reliant.
And what is the latest development in this technology that you're here to talk to us about?
Well, you know, I'll be showing you how much Korea has really advanced in this field of military technology. And in the past, Korea has kind of relied and focused on developing more offensive technology that focuses on targeting enemies. But now the focus has really shifted over to defense, and the limelight is kind of on unmanned defense technology, which is categorized into land, sea, and air operations. Let's take a look.
At the Unmanned Technology Research Center, much research is underway on unmanned defense robots that look like various organisms.
Now, this is what they call a roly-poly robot because, well, it looks like a roly-poly. Now, they say it transforms into a reconnaissance robot when it's thrown, so let's give it a shot.
This pillbot can roll up and protect itself when needed, just like an insect. It can also be used in surveillance programs thanks to its fast speed and small size.
As you carry around this small robot, you throw it like a grenade when there is an enemy in the building, and you can watch the footage from a safe location.
Another bio-inspired robot is the Xenodyne. It is built so that it can maneuver around the mountainous terrain in Korea and can reach the speed of 1.68 meters per second even on rough surfaces. Recently, another Korean research team developed a running robot modeled after a cheetah. With its 4 legs alternating as they run, it meticulously emulates the movement of the animal.
While I was trying to think of how to build a fast-moving robot, I came up with the idea of modeling it after the fastest animal.
The cheetah robot is the 3rd fastest in the world and the fastest in Korea. By attaching a camera and infrared detector to the robot, it can be used in fires, military surveillance, or as a watchdog. For land defense, active development of unmanned robot vehicles is also ongoing. A leading robot of this kind is the K9 horse-type vehicle robot. This unmanned vehicular robot can monitor the front lines, search and scout areas, detect landmines, and more. For the ocean, the submarine robot with its multiple joints looks like a crab and lobster and is called a crabster. It can work for long hours offshore and in deep waters instead of divers. It moves along the bottom of the sea and can perform various tasks such as look for sunken vessels, assist in rescue work, monitor the environment, and take part in the maintenance of undersea plants. Not only that, recently a defense company developed an intelligent unmanned air vehicle. It can fly at an altitude of 150 meters and at the speed of 30 kilometers per hour.
Now, this unmanned aerial vehicle can fly with great stability because it has so many wings and propellers. Also, taking into consideration mobility, it can be easily folded up and transported.
Now, this aircraft features a GPS system loaded onto it, and so it can automatically navigate its way to a certain point once pinpointed on the map.
By using LTE networks, the aircraft can be used in the US while being controlled in Korea. And as long as you have a mobile phone, the footage can be received from anywhere.
Many more developments are expected to come in these unmanned robots that will protect soldiers on the battlefield as well as aid in the efficiency of defense operations.
I know it's supposed to be unmanned, but I really wish they would let me ride in one of those crapsters.
I think the crapster is actually big
Go
enough.
deep
Yeah, I
sea
wonder if they
under
can
the-
let me pay and get in, sneak in and ride on it, right?
You know, a lot of this stuff, it seems to have come from basic things such as remote control. You know, when you're messing around with remote control planes or helicopters, this has actually been implemented into defense technology now.
Yeah, and so Theo, where would you say Korea's unmanned defense technology stands at globally?
Right now, Korea has shown a lot of interest in this unmanned defense technology, so much so that the current presidential administration, the Park Geun-hye administration, has come out and openly said this military defense technology sector is going to be one of the future growth engines of the Korean economy. So they plan on investing about $300 million in US, of course, by the year 2018. Now, you asked me where Korea ranks in the world. Korea ranks at about 7th or 8th place in this technology in the world versus other countries that are more militarily advanced. By 2017, Korea hopes to be at about 84% of where other countries currently are at.
Sounds great. How close are we to seeing this commercialized, these projects?
Unfortunately, commercialization has been really difficult for this technology, but a lot of focus has been on that crapster robot that she was so interested in.
Like, we'll go for a ride in some
Yeah,
time.
of course.
And you probably could. It's the size of a smart car. It also weighs about the same. But it's been focused on by Discovery Channel. And actually, no other unmanned vehicle has really been commercialized so far. So if it does succeed, it would be the first of its kind.
Okay, so you showed us a lot of technology there, but at the same time, something like the crapster, it seems like it could be used for more than just military purposes, not perhaps maybe commercial purposes and industrial purposes.
You know what? You're absolutely correct. The unmanned aerial vehicle, the little flying octopus helicopter that we saw, is actually currently being used right now as we speak at construction sites to help with planning, and also at landmarks and large towers for security and surveillance purposes. And even the military is kind of using this technology already to help with military training exercises.
So not just the state-run research centers, but defense companies want a piece of this. And so how can the two sides, I guess, work together to bring that synergy effect?
You know what? I'm glad you brought up that point because just last month, Korea passed a law that's very similar to the United States, where private kind of contracting companies are allowed to help progress the research and technology of military robots and unmanned defense technology. So by doing this, Korea hopes to kind of boost its competitiveness in this field around the world. But definitely, Korea is going to be making a lot of progress in the future.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that
And
progress.
Youngkyung will go deep under the sea
Under
one
the
of
sea
these
on
days.
that
She's really into it, yeah.
And report
Defy the
from
whole
there.
purpose of it being
Unmanned.
unmanned.
Well, someone will control it from the outside for you. You'll just be on for the ride.
Keep your hopes up high.